Trading profits is a big discussion within trading. We see all of the gurus having Lamborghinis, jets here, private jets there, first class, business class, eating five-star Michelin meals, whatever it may be. And I'm going to show you how profits in general should be approached, at least until you are at a serious level of wealth. So this is how I go about it. So this can be applied to basically anything. Now, before we actually get started, I just want to make very clear this isn't financial advice. This is essentially just my approach to finance and how I manage personal finance. Slightly outside of trading, obviously, this isn't about candlesticks or economics or anything that we normally discuss. But I think this should be quite useful to a lot of people. So, first of all, we've got trading, and we've also got job/business. So again, if you work a 9 to 5, you've got a side hustle, you run a business, whatever it may be, and you've got trading, fine. We get profits. So you'll get profit from your salary, you'll get profit from your dividends from your business or your owner's draw, whatever it may be. It doesn't matter. We're talking about your money that's in your bank account. We're going to call it profits, obviously, because this is mainly about trading. But that's, anyway, moving on. So every month, what I do is I will leave 35% in the trading account. So that's 35% of that money already accounted for. Just put 35 in trading. So that stays in the account. That doesn't get touched. And the reason is that's so this can stay compounding. So what that means is I typically outperform the benchmark indexes, which you would normally say is the S&P for traders. I normally outperform that year on year. Now that's an average. I don't do it every year. Sometimes the S&P will underperform, it'll overperform. So that's why I don't keep 100% in. I want some diversity in my finances. I don't want to have all of my money in a trading account. Firstly, because a little bit of broker insecurity. The broker could, for some reason, whatever, either close down, they could scam me, something could happen. I'm not saying it would happen or it will happen. I'm just saying that possibility does exist. And I don't want that. I don't want that liability. So there is that. But again, it's just so I can keep a little bit in the account, keep growing, and I have full control over what that money's actually doing. Second of all, this is where 25% goes into investments. So this is my investment account. So I have a long-term holdings account where I actually use Vanguard. People in the UK or maybe even America, I'm not sure where Vanguard is. I think it might even be global, I'm not sure. But I use Vanguard. I use their investment platform. So I will put 25%. I use the global FTSE and or the global FTSE all cap, I think it's called off the top of my head. And I also invest in the S&P. There's 2 S&Ps on the Vanguard. This isn't obviously a video about Vanguard, but I invest into the dividends one. So my dividends from the S&P go straight back into my investment. So it just continues repeating. So this one is growing exponentially. And the reason I've got this one is mainly for large, let's just put large dollar for big move. So what this allows me to do is to continue trading. So as you know, or as some of you will know, as you're trading, you can't just withdraw money. You cannot just take, let's say you've got $10,000 in your account. You can't just then take $7,000 out. Now, obviously, you can if your portfolio is flat, but if you've got positions open, you're going to have to close those positions. And if I need, if I get an email and it says, I've got this business opportunity for you, or if I want to buy a business, or if I want to move abroad, I want to do something, I don't want to have to think about closing positions, managing the portfolio and doing things like that. I can just sell some positions in the S&P and that's it. That's it. I've got the money. I have access to that cash within 24 to 48 hours, depending on when exactly I actually cash out. Then next to this, also using Vanguard, I put 5% into a retirement fund. So what this does, I don't really need the retirement fund. This isn't a huge deal. That's why it's only 5% allocation. And that's because I don't know what's going to happen in the future. And I don't like uncertainty. I like to have a clear picture. I like to know, okay, if everything goes horribly wrong, by the time I'm 60, 65, I have this amount of money in a retirement fund. I will be okay. Even if life gives me some bumps and bruises along the way, at that point, I have this money that will be released back to me. I can't touch this money. This account is locked. I can withdraw it, I think, but I will have a large tax penalty, which obviously I don't want to deal with. It's I think I'd lose about half of the money if I withdraw it early. So this is locked for the next 30 years. But essentially, after that, I get the money back, and even if I don't need it, I've still got it. I'd rather have something I don't need than not have something I do need, especially when it comes to money. So that's the situation there. Now we've also got crypto. So I will put 5% into crypto. And the reason it's only small is for a few reasons. It's because, firstly, I don't really understand crypto. I'm not a crypto guy. I'm not into it. I don't really care about it. I more have this as a little bit of a diversification for my overall things. I don't actively trade it. I've got no long-term investments in it apart from this 5%. So it does give me that diversification. So inside this crypto, I've got Bitcoin, I've got Ethereum, and I've got XRP. That's it. That's all I've got in there. It's on a ledger. I keep that in a certain place and it's safe. And I've got obviously my what do you call it? The seed phrase. I've got that in 2 different locations in the UK. So if I lose one, I've got one backup, and they're both in safe places. So that's essentially it. So just a quick rundown. So we've got our trading profits. We've also got profits from our salary, from our business, whatever it may be, and that is here. This is all of our money. So 35% stays in trading or gets deposited into trading. Obviously, depending on where you are in your trading cycle or where you are in your financial life, you might want to deposit that 35% or, keep it in if that's where you are. So I keep 35% in the account. I deposit 25% into my active investment account or my long-term investment account, and that allows me to continue growing that money pretty safely within the S&P and the global FTSE, but I can access it pretty much at any time. It's not, obviously I can't just withdraw it and get it within 5 minutes, but it takes 48 hours, but I can have it pretty much whenever I want. So this is it's for larger things. So let's say I want to buy a property, or I want to buy a business or invest in something else, I've got it, it's fine. And then the retirement fund, again, don't need it, but I like to have extra security. I like to be sensible, especially in financial health. And I think a retirement fund is a very sensible thing to have, even if it's, the plan isn't for me to just retire, take my pension, and that's it. That's not what I want to do. But, again, if life just takes a turn for the worst, and that is what I have to do, at least I've got it. I've got that there for safety. And then 5% in crypto for some diversification. That's it. There's nothing too interesting about that one. And then the final 30%, which I can't draw, so we'll just put a new box here. The final 30%, this is where I just spend. So essentially this will go on to things like, this will go bills, food, utilities under bills, but just the costs of living, whatever it may be. We've also got travel. We've also got, personal savings. Let me just move this actually, just so I have a bit more space over here. So we can just put personal savings. So this would be just in my bank account, in a savings account, again, just in case I need some cash on hand. Let's say, I'm in a foreign country and something happens, I've got money instantly, so that's fine. Whatever, entertainment, whatever it may be. So yeah, 30%, and that's it. And then the rest is all allocated for future James. It's all there for me to grow my finances, grow my wealth exponentially over the next, 15, 20, 30, 40 years. Because, don't forget, I'm sat here, I'm 26, I'm doing the best I can, and I am by no means a multimillionaire, but that's the idea of trading. I'm not sat here trying to show you I bought a Lamborghini with trading the S&P 500 or trading the NASDAQ on the 1 minute time frame using SMC concepts or anything. I'm sitting here trying to show you the approach of someone who knows what they're doing, but again, isn't a multimillionaire. But yeah, that's it. That's as simple as it goes. I don't overcomplicate it. So yeah. Guys, that's it. I hope some of you found this useful. If you want to follow my trades, you want to learn a bit more about the real side of trading involving macroeconomics and finances in general, you can click the link in the description. You can join our Discord. It's free for 7 days, so if you don't like it, you can leave, you can cancel. There's no strings attached. You can also join our free Discord as well. That's in the description. And like and subscribe. It does help me out a lot. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching.